if we're going to find the volume revolving around the x equals 6, here's all 4 equations, and here's the picture we drew. Now the picture takes a bit to do, so let's describe this picture. X, y equals 6. What you first did is make this y equals, so you divided the x over. So you get y equals 6 over x, and this is this line right here. Y equals 2 is this line. Y equals 6 is this line. And x equals 6 is this red dotted line. And we're revolving it around the red dotted line. Now, it's kind of hard for some people to see, but that orange space is the area we're revolving, because that orange space is between all 4 graphs. And when we revolve that, this blue line is the radius of a circle disk that is created when you revolve it. So when you're revolving it, that blue line is the radius again. Alright? So that blue line is what we're trying to find, because you're going to do pi r squared, and r is that blue line length. So again, it's kind of hard to visualize for people. Again, you just got to, the key for this is to find out what are you dealing with, kind of get a graph figured out in your head. This one would be a calculator-based problem, because it's kind of really hard to know what that graph looks like. So, to find the volume, we are going to revolve this blue line around, creating a disk. So volume is going to be equal to pi r squared. Now, pi r squared. Now the interval, well, since we're going from here to here, isn't that from 2 to 6? Now, here's the problem. If we're going from here to here, isn't this in terms of x, not y? Here are the functions in terms of y, but what would this be in terms of x? Well, hopefully you realize if I want this in terms of x, I'm going to just divide the y over. So it's pi r squared, but it's going to be dy. Now we need to find our radius. Pi r squared. Our radius, well, our radius is this. Isn't the whole thing 3? From here to here, the whole thing is 3. Aren't we minusing? If you went in, doesn't this green dotted line represent x equals, this dotted line is x equals 6 over y. This is x equals 6 over y. What's 6? Oh, thank you. The length from here to here is 6. Thank you, guys. Thank you. So that's 6. The length from here to here is 6. Now, the length right here, isn't that x, 6 over x? Sorry, 6 over y? Because if we're coming from here, it's 6 over y. If we're coming from here up, it's 6 over x. So this is 6 over y, but I want the opposite side. So you're going to take 6 minus 6 over y. That will give me the blue line. 6 is the whole, minus this will give me the blue line. If I did the integral, I would get the answer to this. Now, this would take you a while to do the integral. Alright? If you wanted to find this answer, once you get this, you could actually find this with your calculator. It's just you have to make a new interval and use your calculator to make these x's. Okay? If you were to solve this with your calculator, but instead of y's, you just make them x's, it'll get you the same answer. And when you calculate this out, your volume would end up being 76.899 pi. That ends up being your volume. And all you got to do again is make these x's instead of y's. Or you could square it and do the whole long integral if you didn't have a calculator. This is possible without a calculator. It'd be really ugly.